Welcome back. In this video, we're going to learn about constraint layouts. A constraint layout is a versatile and powerful layout manager introduced in Android that allows you to create complex and flexible UI designs with ease. It's designed to make it easier to create responsive and dynamic layouts, adapt to various screen sizes and orientations, and reduce the need of nested layouts. The core concept of constraint layout is constraints, which define how child views are positioned and sized relative to each other and to the parent layout. Constraints are set by specifying the connections between the edges of a view and other views or the parent layout. Views and widgets such as buttons, text, and others are added inside the constraint layout tag, which then becomes the parent to all the nested elements. In constraint layout, each view has 4 sides, which are called anchor points, the blue circles. These anchor points operate as a source or a target for constraints. To define the view's position, we have to add at least one horizontal and one vertical constraint for it. And to set horizontal or vertical positions of the view, you will need to use some constraints provided in a constraint layout. These constraints are written as shown in this general formula. This is the general syntax of defining constraints in XML. We start with app, layout constraint, and we need to specify the source anchor, which is start and top or bottom. Then we have to target anchor, which is in this case start and top or bottom of equals to the target ID, which is in this case can be the ID of any view or the parent. Parent for the root layout will be the device itself. And in this case, you are setting the root layout if you specify parent. And if you have nested layouts, parent will be the layout containing that particular view. Now let's see the different types of constraints. The constraint layout top to top. This constraint tells that the top of the source view should be the same as the top of the target view. The top layer of both green and the blue views are in the same vertical position. The second constraint type is layout constraint bottom to bottom of. This constraint tells that the bottom of the source view should be the same as the bottom of the target view. The bottom layer of both green and the blue views are in the same vertical position. Another constraint is top to bottom of. This constraint tells that the top of the source view should be the same as the bottom of the target view. You can see in the image here the top layer of green and bottom layer of blue views are in the vertical position. Another view constraint is layout constraint bottom to top of. This constraint tells that the bottom of the source view should be the same as the top of the target view. As shown here, the bottom layer of green and top layer of blue views are in the same vertical position. We have another constraint, start to start of. This constraint tells that the start of the source view should be the same as the start of the target view. As you can see, the start layer of green and the blue views are in the vertical position. Layout constraint end to end of. This constraint tells that the end of the source view should be the same as the end of the target view. As you can see in the image here, the end layer of green and end layer of blue views are in the vertical position. The constraint end to start of. This constraint tells that the end of the source view should be aligned as the start of the target view. The end layer of green and start layer of blue views are in the vertical position. Start to end of constraint tells that the start of the source view should be aligned as the end of the target view. The start layer of green and end layer of blue views are in the vertical position. With the help of these constraints, you can align elements the way you want without the need of unnecessary nested layouts. Let's move to Android Studio and start learning about the constraint layout in action.